Top 10 tips to defeat the inner bully, according to me, Jen Slay. Okay, so you know that voice that we all have, that voice that discourages instead of encourages? Some people say it's the inner voice. I call it the IB, the inner bully. So many of our dreams are lost. So many of goals are not accomplished because we allow this inner bully to have a really loud voice in our heads. We need to defeat that inner bully. But my suggestion before you go toe-to-toe, eye-to-eye with any kind of bully is to arm yourself. So I've got 10 tips to defeat the inner bully. Here we go. 1, separate fact from fiction. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of an example. Sometimes, especially I find with entrepreneurs, they wanna start a new business. But things like, well, you don't have enough money, or you've never done that before. What makes you think you can do that? Or those type of things will come into play. But you know what? The Wright brothers, they never built a plane before. Henry Ford, he never built a car before. So what's gonna prevent you from being able to do what you need to do? Separate fact from fiction. Get the resources you need and go forward. You can do this. 2, play the story to the end. You know, sometimes we think if we do something, the consequences are gonna be huge. Well, not always, and usually not. Let me tell you a story about when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, I went with my friends and we thought we were rebels. And so we went to the salon and I got my ears pierced. I had 2 holes in my ear. I got 2 holes. Big deal, right? Well, in my head, I thought my father is going to kill me. I didn't ask permission first. What's he gonna say? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be grounded for a year. He's going to kill me. Well, guess what? He saw it. And you know what he did? Nothing. He just went and shook his head. Basically, silly teenagers. He didn't care. So play the story to the end. Oftentimes, it's really not as big a deal as you think it is. 3, think, so what? Those what ifs can really stop us dead in our tracks, can't they? What if I fail? What if I look silly? What if the world crashes down around me? What if it does? So what? Think of that last scandal that you heard about. Now think of the scandal you heard about before that. Do you remember it? Probably not. And neither does the rest of the world. As important as we are to ourselves, and I'm not saying you're not important, but nobody cares. So what? If you fail, get back up, try again. Not that big of a deal. 4, tell the IB to shut up. Sometimes that inner voice will tell us all of these things and discourage us and just cloud our minds so that we're just discouraged and don't want to try. But you know, during those times, you have to be purposeful. Tell the IB to shut up. Tell the IB you can. Tell the IB you were created to do great things and you're gonna do it. 5, understand how your brain works. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a little story. When I was getting my certification in coaching, they told us this story about the subconscious mind and the conscious mind and how they work together. So think of the conscious mind as the rider of a horse, and then think of the subconscious mind as the horse. So the rider and the horse are going along a path, and if they go along that path daily, eventually the horse is just gonna go automatically. You're not gonna have to do much, it's just gonna go. But if the rider decides it wants to take a different path, then the subconscious mind or the horse, it's going to resist. It's gonna say, no, I'm used to this way, when really you wanna start going this way. Our mind works the same way. We have to consciously change direction if we want to make a lasting change. So you have to be on purpose about it and you have to be conscious. I mean, think about it. Have you ever gone home after work and you get in your car after work and you're driving and then suddenly you're home and you just don't know how you got there? Well, that's because subconsciously you've taken that route so much that you just know what you're doing. You just know where you're going. If you want to take a different route, you're gonna have to purposely tell yourself to take that route and pay attention. So really you're waking yourself up. So know how your brain works. Tell yourself positive things. 6, Surround yourself with positivity. You know, it's really, really difficult to stay positive and to accomplish your goals when you're surrounded with negativity. And this negativity could be people, this negativity could be the news, this negativity could be the books you read, it could be anything. But you've got to surround yourself with positivity, because it's the positive people that are going to help encourage you to move forward. It's the positive messages that you tell yourself that's going to motivate you to be able to go forward. So stick around positivity. 7, now included with the surround yourself with positivity, you have to think positivity. And this can come in various forms. So, for example, positive affirmations. Have something that you tell yourself every single day, over and over again. And you know what? The best way to do it too is to look in the mirror. So you're telling yourself, I am beautiful. You're telling yourself, I am smart. You're telling yourself, I can do this. You do it over and over again on purpose, and you're gonna start to believe it. Even if you don't at first, do it over and over and over again, and it will become your new reality. 8, stay hydrated. I cannot stress this enough. We need to make sure to stay hydrated. Drink enough water throughout your day. Drink 10 glasses of water a day. Seems like a lot, right? But it's so needed. Here's why. When you don't drink enough water, your brain gets foggy. Our body is made up of 60% water. Of that 60%, our brain requires 20%. So if your brain is not getting that, then you can't think clearly. Your mood is affected. And if your mood is affected and you're thinking negatively, then guess what? The inner bully's voice gets louder and louder and louder. So in order to squash it, in order to be thinking clearly, in order to be laser focused, you need to drink water. 9, if you don't like something about yourself, change it. This might seem really simple to say, but if you don't like something about yourself, change it. It's that simple. Keep in mind I said simple, not easy. So let me give you a few examples. If you don't like your hair, change it. If you don't have any hair, buy it. Do you know how many times I go to the store and I buy wigs? I love them. Who cares? We're living in the 21st century. Do you really think that everyone you meet down the street is having their own hair? If you don't like a certain personality trait about yourself, change it. And this can be hard. And this is where the meditation and praying that you need to do every single day comes in. Because you need to be still, and you need to focus, and you need to be more aware of yourself in order to be able to change a personality trait. Because like I said in the other one, your subconscious mind drives the conscious mind. And so you have to be able to redirect. The only thing we have control of in this world is ourselves. We can't control Susie, we can't control Johnny, we can't even control situations sometimes, but you can control yourself. You can dictate what you do. So the only thing you have control over in this world is you. You dictate who you talk to, you dictate where you go, you dictate who you hang out with, you dictate what's surrounding you. That's all on you. So if you need to change something, then you have to do it, because your inner bully is going to be quick to tell you you can't. But I'm here to tell you, you can. 10, believe you can. The human potential is huge. Innovation in just the 42 years that I've been alive has blown up. I mean, I look at my 8-year-old and he's able to navigate a computer like no other. And I'm thinking, you know, when I was your age, I didn't even know what a computer was. I didn't even know what a cell phone was. It's crazy the innovation that's happened. But if the person who created the computer did not believe that it could be created, then we wouldn't have it today. Imagine if Barack Obama didn't believe that he could be president. Can you imagine the messages his inner bully was saying? A black man in the United States of America becoming the president? Believe you can, and you will. Just starts with a belief. 11. Sorry guys, I don't know how to do 11. Okay, here's a bonus for you, okay? Be resilient. You are going to fall. And this isn't me being negative. It's not me saying you can't, and it's not me taking the place of your inner bully. This is me just being real with you. There are times where you're going to fall, but you have to be resilient and get back up. Every time you fall or fail or whatever the case may be, there's a reason. So figure out what that reason is, learn from it, take the lesson, reapply, and go again. Thomas Edison tried 10,000 times to invent the light bulb. 10,000. But he doesn't say he failed 10,000 times. He says that he just found 10,000 ways not to do something. Thank you for being here. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you share, because someone needs to hear this today.